pull up an ice block and lend an ear, because it's episode 157 of the most magical game show on earth. This is Disney Jeopardy. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri. Thanks so much for joining me today. And as a reminder, last week, the Final Jeopardy category was cars. Not just any cars, specifically the 2006 film from PIXAR. So hopefully you know a thing or two about Ka-Chow, Lightning McQueen, and the Radiator Springs Gang. If not, well, that stinks. Hopefully you know a thing or two about the other four categories. And speaking of which, let's take a look at the board and see what you'll be quizzed on. So you see it, cars leading us off. It's followed by an actor's life. The third category is before and after Pixar. The theme park category is next. That is nice shades. And finally, what did the club DJ members choose for their category this week? They chose I Hear Voices in My Head. One of the closest polls we've had in months. Just 2% separates our winner and our runner-up. It's Slaps coming in second. I gave you guys Punches last week, and I guess you wanted more physical violence. Shame on you. Slaps nearly picks up the win. It'll have another opportunity at the end of this episode. And with that, it is now time for the easiest round of the game, the cupcake round. Let's begin with the category of cars. Ali meets McQueen. Blank like a Cadillac, blank like a Beamer. Fill in the blanks.
Speed, I'm speed. Float like a Cadillac, sting like a Beamer.
Okay, we're now moving on to an actor's life. This category is all about Disney characters who have some sort of tie to acting. Yes, the characters themselves within their films. Here we go. Shortly after being brought to life, Pinocchio is lured away from school to become a star performer in this villainous puppeteer's traveling show. Correct answer is Stromboli.
Does that mean I'm an actor?
Sure, I will push you in the public's eye.
All right, it's now time for before and after Pixar. If you are familiar with Disney Jeopardy, you know I've done before and after a number of times. I'll give you a sentence that normally needs to end with a word that begins another sentence. You connect the two things by combining the two clues I'm giving you. In this instance, it's not a word that's going to connect them. It's one or two letters, and I'm looking for different Pixar titles. I won't give you too much more information. Here we go. From monsters in the sea to crawling critters in the dirt. Once again, I'm looking for two different Pixar film titles that can be joined at the end of one and the beginning of another. So reading the clue once again, from monsters in the sea, I'm talking about sea monsters. They come from the film Luca and Critters in the Dirt. Those are the smallest Pixar characters of all from A Bug's Life. So your correct answer is Luca Bug's Life. Huh? You get it? You get it? All right, I'm sure you'll ace the rest of the round. There are only 30 Pixar movies. Come on, guys. Moving on now to the theme park category of nice shades. The only Disney attraction that provides you with quote-unquote opera glasses. If you want to don a pair of opera glasses within a Disney park, you'll have to check out Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Minnie. I forgot. Just a little reminder to everyone. Please don't put on your opera glasses until you are seated inside the concert hall. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Minnie Mouse. We're moving on now to I Hear Voices in My Head. In this category, I'll be asking you questions about characters who, well, hear voices in their head. Yeah, it's that simple. Let's check out the first one. Not only is Aurora the name of the princess from Sleeping Beauty, but also the name of a recording artist who provides an ethereal call inside this Disney character's head. You know what this means? This means you can connect Frozen And Sleeping Beauty. That's because Elsa consistently hears Aurora's voice in her head.
My name is Aurora. I'm an artist from Norway. And in Frozen 2, I am this voice calling Elsa out to follow her true purposes in her life.
Cupcake round complete. Like I said, I don't think it was as easy as it has been in the past, but if you're sticking with me for episode 157, yeah, you're a certified Diz nerd, and I think you're doing all right. Here comes the 400-point round, beginning with Cars. Flying high above the track in the first scene of the film is a blimp, sponsored by a company who shares its name with a beloved Pixar character. I could have said a Pixar character, or I could have said a Pixar movie. That's because the blimp is not the Goodyear blimp, like you would see at normal sporting events in our universe, but instead the Lightyear blimp.
I gotta say it.
Lightyear also appearing on the tires in Cars, which is pretty funny. All right, we're moving on now. It's an actor's life for the second time. Canada's greatest stuntman. Well, according to Toy Story 4. Stuntmen and stunt women are actors as well, so they deserve some respect. The correct answer is Duke Kaboom.
New from Maple Leaf Toys.
Who's a Canuck with all the luck?
Now you can bring home Duke Kaboom.
Here comes a 400-pointer from before and after. Let's see if you're better at it. Bruce may have appeared in Pixar's 2003 film, but with the amount of screams he generated, he could have filled an entire canister in the studio's 2001 flick. This correct answer doesn't share a common letter at the end of one and beginning of the other, but instead 2 common letters. That's because half of the answer is Finding Nemo. That's where you see Bruce the shark. You combine that with the canister-filled film of Monsters, Inc. So you've got Finding Monsters, Inc. There you go. Here comes Nice Shades for 400. Flight visors are required for this experience, though you'll still feel an Ikron breathing beneath you if you take them off. Where can you ride on top of an Ikron while rocking some flight visors? Correct answer is Avatar, Flight of Passage.
We establish a link using powerful psionic amplification equipment. A human driver is connected to an avatar. Wait until you're seated before you put on your flight visors.
Final clue of the 400s belongs to I Hear Voices in My Head. Along with anxiety, Inside Out 2 introduced us to these 3 new emotions inside Riley's head: ennui, envy, and this third emotion beginning with E. My favorite new emotion from Inside Out 2 is actually not one of the ones listed there. No, it is nostalgia, but she's in it for a very brief amount of time. The correct answer I'm looking for here is embarrassment.
Okay, who's this guy?
What's your name, big fella? That's embarrassment. He's not really big on eye contact or talking, but he's a really sweet guy.
10 clues down and you are doing great. Great job, sweetheart. Yeah, you are doing so good. So proud of you. So proud of you. Don't disappoint me in the 600-point round. Let's see if you do. It's Cars for the 3rd time. The winner of the Piston Cup at the end of the original film. If you are a casual, you might say Lightning McQueen, and it should have been Lightning McQueen's Piston Cup, but instead he had a good heart and didn't cross the finish line, thus allowing Chick Hicks. Who? Chick Hicks to win the Piston Cup.
Bring out the Piston Cup! Ka-chika! Ka-chika! Yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about!
Here comes your 3rd clue from an actor's life. Thunderbolt, the famous German Shepherd actor from 101 Dalmatians, meets this Dalmatian puppy in the 2nd film, a puppy who also has his name in the sequel's title. Thunderbolt meets Patch in 101 Dalmatians 2.
I don't believe it! It's really him!
Halfway point of the game means it's time for another before and after Pixar clue. San Francisco and Toronto are the settings for this combo of Pixar pictures. Well, I just asked you a question about the emotions within Riley's head, so hopefully Inside Out is fresh in your mind. That makes up the San Francisco portion of this clue. What about the Toronto portion? Well, you have to have seen Turning Red to get that, so you've got Inside Out Turning Red. That one didn't roll off the tongue as easily. All right, here comes Nice Shades for 600. Replacing the bug-eye glasses of the previous show, this new Animal Kingdom attraction at the Tree of Life asks guests to wear carrot vision glasses. Well, if you know anything about this guy, you know I love all things Zootopia. I do like Zootopia better Zoogether, which is your correct answer here, but I miss those bug-eye glasses. I think it's tough to be a bug. They have it beat by a smidge. Final clue of the 600-point round belongs to I Hear Voices in My Head. In the 1977 original Star Wars film, Luke Skywalker hears this Jedi Master's disembodied voice telling him to let go and use the Force during the Death Star run. Who is Ben, or Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Use the Force, Luke. Let go.
It's time to challenge you guys even more. The 800-point round is here. It begins with cars. Strip Withers, aka The King, is sponsored by this company, first seen in Pixar's Toy Story. The answer is Dinoco.
Does the King, Strip Withers, have one more victory in him before retirement? He's been Dinoco's golden boy for years.
Here comes the 800-pointer for an actor's life. At the start of Coco, when Miguel tells us that Ernesto de la Cruz starred in movies, we see a montage where the famous artist can be seen playing a guitar while standing on top of one of these. If playing the guitar to Ernesto de la Cruz's skill level wasn't impressive enough for you guys, what if he did it while standing on top of a moving horse?
He made people fall in love with him. He starred in movies. He had the coolest guitar.
Here's before and after Pixar for 800 points. Mabel's consciousness goes into an animal. Joe's consciousness goes into an animal. Mabel is the main character of Pixar's newest film, Hoppers. I have it ranked number 14 out of the 30 movies. I thought it was very, very good, so go check it out if you haven't done so yet. That makes up half of the answer here. The other half, who is Joe? Well, that's Joe Gardner, who at one point became a cat in Soul. So you combine the two and you've got Hopper Soul. We're moving on to Nice Shades for the fourth time. In late 2025, this trackless dark ride permanently ditched its 3D glasses in favor of enhanced 2D visuals. The next time you head over to Epcot and visit the France Pavilion, and specifically Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, you won't need 3D glasses because it's now 2D. That's your answer. Final clue of the 800s belongs to I Hear Voices in My Head. Right before Kronk attempts to drop a chandelier on Yzma, the angel on his shoulder is late to appear because it's busy doing this. Well, I will give you the points if you said one of these two things. Reading is an acceptable answer, but why was the angel reading? That's because he was getting his hair done.
Hey, you're not backing down now, are you, big guy?
Where's the other guy?
No! Oh, sorry, I'm late. Oh, what I meant.
20 clues are down, and 6 remain, including Founder Jeopardy. But before Before we get to Final Jeopardy, you know what time it is. It is time for the most dramatic soundtrack infused unnecessarily. Second part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Hit it! The 157th 1,000-point round is here. That's crazy. Hearing almost 1,000-point clues. If you want me to make a compilation of the 1,000-point rounds, it'd be a long video, but I'll do it. So let me know in the comment section. Obviously, you need to be a Disney expert in order to do that, but I'd be happy to do so. Let's get this one underway. It begins with cars. Lightning McQueen accidentally rips down the statue of this car, the founder of Radiator Springs. Ah, yes, the great founder of Route 66's Radiator Springs was Stanley.
Fly away, Stanley. Be free.
Here's your final clue from an actor's life. Dr. Calico is a character from a TV show that shares its name with the feature film it can be seen in. Well, it's a little confusing because the TV show doesn't actually exist in our world. Though if it did, I'd watch it. I'd be the first to watch it. It only exists in the universe of the film it comes from, and that film was Bolt.
Take one. Mark.
Get that dough!
Time for your last clue from Before and After PIXAR. Both of these PIXAR title characters leave Earth and head to space. Now this one doesn't sound pretty, but it does share a common letter. That letter is E. That's because who heads to space? Well, Wall-E does, of course. He leaves the terrible-looking Earth to head to space and save our planet. You combine Wall-E with Elio, who gets beamed up to space on his own. So you've got Wall-E Elio. Like I said, doesn't roll off the tongue, but shares that common letter. All right, here comes your final clue from Nightshades. Waldo C. Graphic was a character in this defunct Disney attraction that required guests to wear glasses. Waldo was a huge part of Muppet Vision 3D.
They'll never recognize me now!
Final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy. It's time for voices in my head. In this 2003 film based on a TV show, a voice inside the main character's head appears as a cartoon during their adventure through Rome. And what a Roman adventure it was, culminating with a live performance at the Roman Colosseum. Who knew? Who knew that the same Colosseum that housed deadly gladiator battles from 2 millennia ago is also home to a Lizzie McGuire concert. So there you go. 25 clues are finished. They are done. They are completed. But one does remain, and it just so happens to be the one clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be until the next episode of Disney Jeopardy. It's time to spin the Final Jeopardy wheel to figure out what Final Jeopardy is all about. Treasure Planet. 157 episodes have come and gone, and I have yet to do a category on Treasure Planet. That changes next week in episode 158, and actually it changes right now because I'm about to present you with a Treasure Planet clue. So make your wagers based on your knowledge. The Disney film from 2002. I was not the biggest Treasure Planet fan growing up, but maybe that will change this week when I rewatch the movie in anticipation of next week's episode. I hope you'll join me. But before we get to next week, it's all about right now. Here's your Final Jeopardy clue. The character of Ben forgets his name for a second when introducing himself to Jim Hawkins. Once he remembers it, he lets him know that BEN stands for this. Good luck. And time is up. Voiced by one of my favorite actors of all time, Martin Short. Ben is not just his name, but it is an acronym. And that acronym stands for Bioelectronic Navigator.
I am, my name is, Ben! Of course I'm Ben, the Bioelectronic Navigator.
That does it for episode 156 of Disney Jeopardy. Thank you so very much for watching. Bunny Eclipse says thank you, as well as the executive producer of Disney Jeopardy. She appreciates you guys way more than you all know. Give you a little mohawk, your fans out there. There you go. Looking good, Bun. Looking good. Speaking of looking good, Club DJ members, you guys look good. You made me look good with the poll last week. It was a close one. Can we do it again? Here are your three options on your screen. Your Club DJ member category next week. Will it be a tight race? I hope so. It makes it more exciting. Make your selections by heading over to the community page right now. And here are the best looking Disney Jeopardy fans of all. It's the Disney Jeopardy pets. Look at them, Bunny. They're all so handsome and pretty. I wish I could meet all you pets in person. I'd give you all the belly rubs and head scratches. I will never get enough of this. Keep them coming, folks. Thank you for sending them our way. Now, you know the deal. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe and click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. This is your executive producer, Bunny Eclipse, and it is time for me to give her a bone. A bone. You want a bone? You want a treat? Let's go. Let's get a treat. Oh, first I gotta say, till next time.
Bye-bye.